can't get enough. Welcome to the Baggers Club. Love to haters can't get enough. Welcome to the Baggers Club. Bad girls.
Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Justin JC here. I'm here with the baddest OG, Kayla K.C.
Yes, the baddest.
Yes, from Bad Girls Club Season 3. Kayla, what's been up, girl?
Not much, but I mean a lot. But not much. Just chilling,
All right.
Trying to be, the best bad woman I can be now, because I ain't no girl no more out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm playing.
Oh, yes. So, what's been going on since the Bad Girls Club?
I mean, a lot has been going on. I will say in more recent years, more recently, I just moved to Oregon, which was like a really crazy, drastic change from what I'm used to being from the city and the hood. And now I'm out here basically in the woods with all these, I ain't gonna even say it, but yeah. I'm gonna just say it feels like I'm in the movie Get Out, okay? The end. But otherwise, honestly, it was the best. Honestly, it really was the best move that I could have made by far in my life. So far out here, I've just been doing really good. Right now, I'm a case manager, actually, for a homeless nonprofit organization. So I help with the homeless in the community. This is, my regular resume. Because some people think like, oh, she ain't got no resume, or I think they think that about a lot of the bad girls. Let me not just even speak for myself. I think I want to speak for all the bad girls when I say this. Some people think that we don't have resumes before Bad Girls Club, and it's like, no, my resume was extensive. Okay, so I'm doing that now, and then more recently, also, I just decided to soft launch my own clothing boutique for women. So that's something that's really new, K Couture Kittens, and you guys can follow that, K Couture Kittens, on Instagram. And you can check it out through my page if you don't know the spelling, but it's pretty much how it sounds. But yeah.
Yes, girl. I definitely make sure to promote that with the Bad Girls. When I do these interviews, I try to promote their businesses on my Instagram and put links in the videos. So I'm definitely...
Yes, thank you. That would be awesome. Yeah, it's the soft launch right now. I'm just trying some things out, seeing what works, seeing what people like, what they don't like, and then kind of going from there. And then I'm going to have the grand launch more than likely, I want to say by spring, maybe like March, April, I should have the grand launch where I'll have new photos up on the website, which the website is kcouturekittens.com. So you could just type that in and it'll definitely pop up. But yeah, I'm like really excited about it. It's something that I was just like, yo, I want to do something else. And I love like working a 9-to-5. Honestly, I do, because it just makes me feel like, okay, like, yeah, I have TV and I have this entertainment background, but my grandmother always said, like, you need to make sure you have something to fall back on. So it makes me feel good that I'm like still working a regular job, out here helping the community and stuff, but also I want to be my own boss and, call the shots and say when I could do what I can do and how I can do it type stuff, so.
Oh, yes, girl. So, a fan from Instagram wanted to know, did your grandma see the episodes?
Oh my God, did my grandmother see the episodes? So from what I remember, she did watch a little bit of it. She was very opposed to it. She hated that I was going on a show. She did not like the name of the show. Yeah, my family is like very strict, very religious. So the fact that I went on the show, I was basically disowned by my entire family. And I remember my grandmother saying like friends of hers, like other people were watching it and would call her and tell her like, did you see what she said, or did you see what she did? And she would just be upset with what she heard. So I don't think she like actually watched the show, because she's definitely not a fan, and she didn't want to see me in the negative light that I was portrayed on the show, in some aspects. So
right. So another fan wants to know, who were you closest with in the house and why?
I was actually in the house. I want to say initially I was very close with Aaliyah. And I wanted to be I wanted to be close with Tiffany. Tiffany was somebody that immediately I was like, we better be close. Like, we should be close, because I feel like so many reality shows at that time and before my season, like, they always try to show the black females like fighting each other. So I wanted our season to kind of be the season where we showed something different, where we were getting along and not fighting, but that didn't really happen. So I'm still upset about that to this day, because, you know, people be playing like, you know, they play one way for media and TV, and then behind the scenes is something different. But to completely answer that question, I would definitely say I was initially close with Aaliyah, and then of course I became very, very close with Amber Mead. We definitely were close, so yeah.
Okay, why were you so close to Aaliyah?
Me and Aaliyah it was crazy when we first got in the house. So one thing, we had this like weird sock fetish. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, she would wear like super cute socks in the house. And I think they even talked about it maybe a little bit, like where the Ambers might have been teasing her about the socks. But we both had the same fetish. Like, we had cute like little socks. So that was like one thing we vibed on. And then, I mean, I hate how they kind of showed her on the show. I feel like they didn't give her a fair chance at how they edited her, but she had like abuse issues with sexual abuse by I'll say like a parental person, you know, a parent or whatever, and we kind of have similar stories with that. So that's definitely one of the reasons why we were very close. And also because she was in the medical field, and my grandmother, my mother, and a lot of my family members are in the medical field as a nurse. So we just had a lot of stuff in common when it came to that, and we had a lot of like deep conversations right off the bat where we were like, oh my God, I feel exactly the same. Like, I don't know. I don't even want to go too deep in it, but it's like when you've been abused, molested sexually or whatever, like all that, like if you remember the season where she was crying when she met the guy, like it was reasons behind that, and they tried to downplay it. And then you'll see in the later seasons where they start talking more about sexual abuse and they allow the girls to talk about it, but they definitely downplayed it on our season. And I guess it was something that was taboo, as well as how I feel like they didn't really want to talk about the colorism issue on our season, because they felt like that was too taboo to talk about at the time. So
wow. So episode 1, breaking and entering.
Yes.
You get to the house. Well, before you get to the house, they introduce you or whatever, and you're like, listen, bitches, I just got one thing to say. Don't fuck with me. Because point blank period, I'll fuck you up. Straight up, I'll fuck you up.
I'll fuck you up, yes.
And they called you the loose cannon of your season. That was your nickname. And for all the fans out there that don't know, season 3 of Bad Girls Club was the first season to incorporate nicknames. So that's just a little trivia right there. And so, who was the guy that you were walking with?
The guy, that is my little brother, Halston, Mr. Carter.
Okay.
The Carters, you know, he's so handsome. I love him dearly. Yeah, that's my little brother. We used to be so close back in the day. So, yeah, I was like, you got to come to the house because I want you to be on TV since nobody else. He was the only family member that was, like, so excited, so supportive, and, like, happy that I was going on Bad Girls Club. And he was also the only family member that signed a fee waiver, because you have to sign waivers to, like, communicate, be on camera or anything like that, and he was the only family member that was willing to do that at the time. So yeah. Right.
So you were getting ready to leave, and you noticed that your grandmama put your stuff out, and you was like, wow, she waited down the road to make sure I left.
That was all real, not fake. Everybody was like, was that real? That was not, they staged that. I'm like, no, y'all, they didn't even know what was going on. The camera crew was tripping. It was like the craziest thing. First of all, they in the hood. You got the Mexican homie sitting across the street on the porch, like being nosy, like, what's up, Kayla leaving? You really going on TV again? What's that? So it was like a lot of action on the block that day. And then they had a huge limo sitting outside in front for me, so everybody's just being nosy. But my grandmother did not believe me at first, y'all. Like, I don't know what she thought, but before Bad Girls, I had already been on TV, a few other shows, MTV, quite a few different things. So, like, auditioning and doing stuff wasn't something that was, like, not, out of the norm. So I don't know why she didn't believe that I was going to go on this show. I guess because it was so long, because I was like, I'm gonna be gone for like 2 months, you know, this is not like a one-day show, I'm leaving, I'll see you later. Like, and yep, she was pissed, so she put all my stuff outside and was like, I don't want no cameras at my house, they cannot film my place, like I don't want them in my house. Like, she was totally against it. So that's why my things were put out the house, because she didn't want cameras coming in or coming to the back. Not even, she was like, I don't even want them by my stairs or nothing. So
okay. So eventually, after you girls get acquainted in the house, you and the other girls head to the bar, you know, to celebrate your new home and, you know, being the new members of the Bad Girls Club, and y'all get kicked out of several places for fighting. And
yep. We didn't start none of those fights. It was always the hate mask females that was mad because we was popping with cameras around. So, you know, like, you know how people are. Like, they see cameras, they see all these girls that's, like, clearly like, oh, my God, I'm the shit. So, you know, we were threats everywhere we went. And Bad Girls Club was still fairly new. So nobody knew what was going on. They like, what is this real world being filmed? Who are these girls? You know? So we dealt with a lot of conflict when we would go out. Like, people didn't really want us in establishments, like, off top. So it would just be like, really? Like
right. Did you watch any of the seasons after yours?
Yeah, I did. I actually did. I want to say, I can't remember all of the ones, but definitely more of the later ones, because of course I was on the panel with Kristen and Camila on AfterBuzz. So the last like maybe 3 seasons for sure, and then of course I watched season 4, season 5, and I think after that I might have fell off. Yeah, after 5 I kind of fell off for a little while.
Oh, okay. So, BGC.love_ on Instagram is wondering, is there anything we didn't see, like fights or arguments?
Fights or arguments that you guys didn't see? No, there definitely wasn't any fight between me and anybody else that you guys didn't see. I will say that I feel like the camera crew did not show enough of the conversations that Tiffany and I had one-on-one, so it could have showed more of the reason why I was like, I'm not feeling her, she fake. You know, that really like probably was the most upsetting thing for me to watch, is how they portrayed both of us and then our relationship. Like, I didn't like it at all.
Right, because I noticed, like, I wanted y'all to link up. I ain't gonna lie, that whole season I was like, I would love to just see them be like, you know, the power couple in the house.
Yep, that's what I wanted. I was like, girl, we could run this house together. Do you see we too bad? Like, that's what I was thinking. But no, you know, it's always that one that gotta, you know, be over everything and just feel like can't nobody be on. Like, I'm willing to share. I have siblings, like 9 of them, so I had to learn how to share at some point. So I don't have a problem with sharing any. Well, not my nigga. That's how. But I had to think about that. Like, that ain't happening. Like, not going down. But anything else, you know, I'm willing to share. So, but her on the other hand, she just was not, I don't know. And I felt like it came down to a lot of colorism issues with her. Like, she would pretend to be like Sister Soldier when it was just me and her. And like, she all about the black fight and the struggle. And, you know, she can relate to me. But then when the cameras came around and, you know, the girls were around, then it was a different story. It was like, okay, I'm going to play on my lighter skin tone side, and you know, yeah, anyway, that's, I feel like that's a whole nother episode or something. Like, I might have to put that on my YouTube or something, but anyway.
So Benz_656 on Instagram, he is wondering, were you asked to do All-Star Battle, and if not, would you have done it?
All-Star Battle, no, I was not asked to do All-Star Battle. I would have done All-Star Battle. Yeah, they didn't really, I feel like the way that I exited the show, that you guys don't see, like all of the back and forth of them trying to keep me on the show, because I threatened to leave the show 3 times before I actually left the show. So it was like a tug of war with me and production, and I'm very stubborn, And I don't care who it is. Like, when it comes to authority, and if I feel like you playing me, then I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm not with this. And I just saw a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I wasn't feeling. How I felt like production would like just egg on situations and kind of create things that weren't really there, especially between Tiffany and I. So once I started seeing that, I was just like, yo, I'm like good on all this. Like, I'm up out of here. Like, I'm not about to do this. But I mean, it was definitely a lot of trying to like bribe me. Like, oh, if we let you go home for a day, will you, you know, come back? Like, if we allow you to smoke, will you come back? And I'm like, no, if y'all allow me to smoke one day, y'all need to allow me to smoke every day I'm here. But of course they don't want me to smoke weed, because if I was smoking weed on the show, then I wouldn't have been fighting nobody. I would have been in the kitchen cooking, like, what's up, bitches, you want to eat or not?
And you know, I would have loved to have seen you on these spinoffs, man. Like, it's just sad.
Yeah, I feel like they blackballed me. Like, they was like, this bitch like cussed us out a little too bad behind the scenes, so they like, fuck her.
I thought I had heard something about you making an appearance on Love Games or something like that.
I did. I did Love Games. I was actually on Love Games with Amber. They had like an episode towards the end, which I don't even think they aired it on Love Games, which I thought was super shady, because they ended up, never mind, let me shut up. I'm about to, let me not talk about other people, I'm talking about myself. Anyway, that was super shady. I'm gonna leave that other shit alone. But yes, I was on Love Games for an episode, and I was basically just kind of helping Amber pick the guy that she ended up picking, which I ended up hanging out with him after that show, and him and her. So yeah, that was cool.
Okay. So you didn't get a call for redemption either?
No. Nope.
Would you have done
None
redemption?
I mean, I would have. Yep. I sure would have, because I felt like I needed to be redeemed from the shit and how they played me with the editing on our season. So definitely. And I was like, they picked these bitches to be redeemed? Okay, redeemed for what? All right. Like, clearly the titles don't go with what they're really trying to do.
Mm-hmm. So that Blue Ranger on Instagram, he's wondering, how do you feel about the producers only calling basically just the Ambers for spinoffs? I mean, I know they called Sarah for Love Games, but besides all of that, the only girls on the show that actually did more was the Ambers.
The Ambers, that's true. I mean, well, I love my Ambers, but tea on that is people was bouncing on stuff to get spinoffs. Let's just put it that way. Like, you know, if you bending over backwards or frontwards or whatever ways you could bend over, however you could do it, and you know you getting on your knees or whatever, you know some doors will open and stuff will happen for you. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You know, and I ain't no kiss ass, and you know, I'd probably be much further if I would have, you know, opened my legs or my mouth to a few people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. That's how that go.
So, Short Gay Baker on Instagram, he's wondering, oh, well, you just answered that question, so I'm going to skip that.
Oh, what was the question?
He asked, were you ever casted for any spinoffs? And I bet you just went through every single one of them, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A fan is wanting to know, are you in Boston still cool?
Wait, say it again. Are me and Boston still cool? Yes. We have each other on Facebook. I haven't really seen her since the show, but I actually regardless of our little fight or whatever, I still have so much love for her, because we definitely clicked and connected when we first met each other there. So I don't really have no hard feelings towards any of the girls, not even Ashley, because me and Ashley ended up hanging out after the reunion or whatever. So I'm pretty cool with everybody. I feel like on my season, I wish them all well. I mean, Tiffany, I could care less for, you know, but I mean, it's not gonna make her break her. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, y'all both living, so
that part.
But so fan from YouTube is wondering, what was your first impression of all the girls?
My first impression of all the girls, damn. Do I gotta go one by one?
You don't have to. If you want to do an overall, you can do
overall.
That. Yeah.
I want to say, let me close this door. People coming in here. I would say that my overall impression was, I mean, Aaliyah, Boston, the Ambers, even, what's her name? Why can't I remember her name? Sarah. I initially really loved all of them, but as soon as I got out the car, I will never forget, like, the vibe I got from Tiffany. And while she was talking, and I remember her saying something like, oh, you know, she immediately started kind of talking crap in the beginning. Like, I don't know about Caitlyn. Like, what you mean you don't know about me? So that same energy that she was speaking about is the energy that I felt when I got out the limo. So I already knew it was going to be like something. I'm like, oh, boy, this light-skinned heifer. Anyway, let me shut up. Acting all light-skinned and stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. Anyway.
So, looking back on it, you know, based on your facial expressions and how you got out the limo, you didn't feel like you gave off this vibe of, I'm not fucking with you bitches?
Maybe.
Because, girl, you had your shades on when you looked out that window.
I know I had my shades on, and then if you see what my little shirt said, it said something like, don't watch me, watch TV or something.
All right.
Okay, you right. Possibly. That is too funny. Okay, check. All right.
So, I mean, I guess based on, you know, we already know the answers to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. A fan on YouTube is wondering, do you still talk to Tiffany?
Nope. And I will say, we did actually meet after the reunion. We met up at a restaurant, and the way that meeting went, I was not feeling it, and it was still very I want to say disingenuine, and I just felt like shade. So yeah, nope, we have not talked since that show. Don't plan on it. No.
So it's like it ended. So it's like the meeting ended well, but you didn't feel her words were genuine.
I guess you could say that, yeah. And I went to this meeting, quote unquote, to try to, you know, see if something was really going to be like rectified, and it was just shady. Like, I don't even want to go into details about it because it was so many years ago, but it definitely was like, what? Like, wait a minute, I thought I was getting an apology or something, and then I felt like, you know, more shade was thrown on top of shade. Like, why did I even come to meet with you right now? So.
So a fan on YouTube is wondering, do you think Whitney was overreacting over your apology or the way you delivered your apology?
Oh yeah, she totally was. She was trying to be badass, and it's like, Whitney, I already told you, girl. Like, first of all, you was overreacting. Everybody was playing with you. You were being uptight because you were drinking and taking drugs at the same time. No, I'm joking. Oh God, why he give me this beer right now? He shouldn't have did that. I'm talking mess, but I totally felt like it was like so uncalled for, because she knew we were all playing with her. It was totally a joke, and even the little thing about her brother. But I ain't gonna lie, young boys do like me, so I don't know. Maybe she was just not feeling that, because she was like, no, you really do be talking to them young niggas. I can't, no.
All right now. So,
R. Shelley, no, I'm playing. Let me stop.
So no, but I also remember something you said in the confessional too. You were like, I can't believe she thinks that. Like, am I really finna stick my finger in your coochie? And then you were like, and even if I did like women, they don't look like her. And you gave
look like her.
You gave this shady ass smile, and it was so funny.
Totally remember. Look, you gonna make me go back and watch my season tonight.
Girl, I watched every episode of your season last night just to refresh my memory.
Oh yeah, some of it is still it's funny because like it's very fresh still in my head. Like,
you are good TV, Kayla. Like, seriously.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I feel like if I know what I you know, if I knew what I know now, I definitely would have handled things differently, and I would have stayed instead of leaving, because leaving was definitely my choice. The way that they show it on TV is that I leave because of the fight with me and Amber, and that's actually not true. So, yeah, I definitely would do some things different this time around if I had the opportunity.
Right, right. One fan is wanting to know, and this is a personal question of mine because it's just like it's bounced around the internet in so many different forms. So after that fight with Amber, did you get sent home or did you come home and leave?
Wait, did I come home and then wait?
Like, did the producer send you home or after that fight, or did you just come home and leave?
No, after the fight, I think that time I ended up going, I'm trying to remember if I went to a hotel with Boston or if it was with Amber. I think I ended up going to a hotel after me and Amber's fight. And then it was like I had a conversation with the producers, and that's when they were basically bribing me, like, and they told me, like, if I stay, I would be the star. They also told me that if you don't stay, then you're gonna end up like Lyric on season 2. And I was like, what you mean? Because Lyric was one of my favorites from season 2. Tanisha was also a favorite. Genovese was my favorite too. I liked a lot of the girls. But yeah, the producers told me, like, yo, basically, like, you have an ultimatum here and we will make you the star of the show, but you got to make the choice to stay. And I was like, this ain't enough money. I'm out.
And see, that's what brings me back to, you know what I'm saying, my theory on these seasons. I feel like the producers, they already have a set girl that they know, oh, she's going to bring these ratings, so let's make sure we cater to this girl. Because, because on season 7, Judy was the one they catered to. You know,
they put all that stuff about Judy, and I love that, how the voodoo stuff, everything. So you knew that it was about her. Mm-hmm.
Right, and just like season 5, it was supposed to be centered around Morgan, but Morgan ended up breaking in the production room and getting kicked out. But that season was going to be centered around her, but when she got kicked out, it moved to Kristen. Hence why Kristen is on the front of the poster. So, Kayla, I really wish...
You are so smart.
Oh, yes, girl, I pay attention. Kayla, baby, I really wish you would have stayed because they were finna cater to you, boo.
I know, that's what I've realized in later years, and I do regret, like, leaving early or whatever. Like, at first, back in the day, if you would ask me, I was like, I don't regret it, you young and you trying to be all hard and stuff, but no, I do regret leaving early because I realize now, like, what it could have been had I stayed, and that they were going to, do things in my favor, but I was just so upset with production and the things that I had saw, and I was just like, okay, well, like, don't try to play me. Like, I'm one of those people that when it comes to like mental stuff, mind games and stuff, like I'm a deep thinker. So for me, I was there like thinking about all kind of stuff that I felt like the other girls weren't thinking about besides Tiffany. Now Tiffany, I felt like, what did they do? Put her here to be like the secret therapist of the house or something? Like all she was doing was evaluating everybody, like she was just top notch bitch and nothing was wrong with her, but something was wrong with everybody else in the house. So it was just, I should have stayed. I should have, but I didn't.
Yeah, and they always have to have the kind of like, I feel like on some of the seasons they always have to have that one peacemaker or maybe that one person that's neutral with everybody. So for example, on your season, Tiffany was supposed to be made out to be the peacemaker, the one.
But then she ended up being the shadiest. Like, what the fuck? Towards the end, I was like, and then I'm so laughing about it. Like, wait a minute, y'all talked all that shit. Like, okay, was the fighter, but then when stuff was going down, who did they want to be there? We wish KC was here. Oh, if KC was here, we never would have got jumped. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
I honestly, Kayla, I don't think you would have let them did her like that. I really don't.
I wouldn't have. I definitely wouldn't have. I wouldn't have at all. Like, it wouldn't have happened.
That would have been like the highlight of the season, girl. What?
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened at all.
So, how fun was the photo shoot?
Say it one more time.
How fun was the photo shoot, or was it fun at all?
The photo shoot was not that fun for me. I'll say, like, getting my makeup and stuff done was cool, but for me it wasn't fun because I was coming there tense and irritated, still having rivals or issues, that were unfinished or whatever, basically unfinished business. So when I came, I was definitely like tense. And yeah, the girls, actually all of the girls except for, I want to say, Amber M, were very rude to me. Like, everybody was acting kind of funny. Amber B was even acting a little funny at the photo shoot. But I mean, otherwise, like, that's why I came in there like, oh, do y'all got the queen seat ready? Because I'm the real queen of all of this anyway. Who cares? Like, y'all not about to make me feel no type of way. I'm gonna step in this bitch like, what?
Yeah, I noticed. Because I noticed on the episode when they were showing the photo shoot, when y'all got, I think when they finished, he was like, y'all didn't clap for me when I walked off.
Yeah, they was being like so like petty, like just about everything. Even when we were like going through the photo shoot and had to sit like in the little waiting areas, like they was doing all kind of little catty, girly stuff that I'm not really into. Like, yo, I don't have time for all this extra stuff y'all doing. Like, y'all going out of y'all way to try to make a girl feel uncomfortable. Like, girl, bye. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. I'll be by myself all the time and I give no fucks about none of you hoes. Okay.
All right now. So now, did Ashley give you the vibe that she didn't like you when you met her at the photo shoot?
Yeah, she did. Like, I want to say it wasn't so much, but it was kind of like, and I think I might have said something that maybe threw her off, because I think I said, oh, this the little bitch that took my place, or something like that. And I might not have said bitch, but that's what I'm saying now. But I say bitch a lot, so I might have said bitch.
Kayla,
like,
what? If you did, girl, you know better.
I know, right? But I don't think I said it that mean. I think I was like, oh, you're the one that took my slide. You know? I don't know. Maybe it was me. Maybe it wasn't. But I don't really remember too much like friction from her so much, because I don't even remember her being like in the shoot that much. I remember I was mostly in the shoot, and then they kind of pulled her in at one point, like, okay, you go out now, it's her turn to come in or whatever, and she did her thing, and then I ended up leaving. So I didn't really, like, talk to her too much during that time. And then it was like, yeah, the reunion, that's when all that came out. Like, girl, what is your problem? Like, was you boiling over from whatever happened at the photo shoot or something? Like, I'm confused. Maybe I made her uncomfortable at the photo shoot and I don't remember. Okay.
So did you like your dress?
No, I hated it. I still have that dress too.
I thought it was cute.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I like it now. When I look at the pictures now, I'm like, okay, the dress wasn't that bad. But when I got it, I was like, why they give me this dress? Why they give me? But I'm like that. I'm very, people don't believe this about me, but even though I model, like, I'm very anal about like pictures and how I look, so I don't really like to take pictures. So I'm always just like ridiculing everything about myself, from how the outfit looks to myself to if I see a little bit of fat or this and that and that and this. So yeah, I didn't really like it then, but now when I look at the pictures, I'm like, okay, I did look really nice. It was cute, and I still have that dress. I still have that dress in my closet. I'm never getting rid of it. And I actually have one of the Barbie dolls that looked like me from the house too. I kept it. It looked like a little Bratz doll, and I was like, oh, it looked like me with a little purple dress on. Okay.
All right. Okay, so going back and watching the show, was there anything edited out that we didn't see that you were like, wow, why did they edit that out?
I mean, I don't really care for how they edited the fight with me and Amber. The way they edited that was real shady. But I don't really think there was anything so much left out. I mean, I did sing while I was on the show. That's something that I guess they didn't really put in there. That, I write and I sing, and I rap, and I actually met with a guy that was on Real World, and I don't even remember, I didn't know who he was, but all the other girls knew who he was, because I don't watch a lot of TV. I just happened to watch Bad Girls Club because my homegirl watched it, and I would go to her house and be like, oh, what's this show? Okay, what's that? Like, yes, I'm coming over today to study my math and watch Bad Girls Club with you, girl. So, but I didn't know who this guy was, and all the girls knew, and they like, he was on Real World, and we ended up connecting when we went to a club, and he invited me like to go to the studio with him and all these different things, but it never happened, of course, because I didn't stay on the show and I didn't keep in contact with him, which was really stupid. But yeah, I think that's probably really it. Just, like me singing singing. Otherwise, yeah, they pretty much showed everything.
Okay. So there was a bonus scene. They didn't show this on TV, but you and Amber B were arguing nonstop, and
call the cops if you can.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, call the cops if you can. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, and Amber felt threatened for her life, and Amber was like, I'm gonna call the police. He was like, call the police, bitch. Take your ass back to Pittsburgh, bitch. I was dying, Kayla.
Yes, and that was actually one of the moments when Tiffany had my back. When she heard that call the cops stuff, she was like, who you calling the cops on? We unplugging all the phones. And that's what they don't show you. They don't show you how Tiffany had my back on different things, so, and that was one of them.
All right, now, it's messy. Ooh, production so messy.
Very.
Like, they know. Okay, so, one fan wants to know, are you and Ashley cool now? And based on what you said, y'all hung out after the show.
Yeah. Me and Ashley hung out after the show. Me, her, and Amber. We actually hung out with Sean Paul. It was an epic weekend that I'll never forget. And yeah, she's super cool. I definitely like Ashley outside of TV and everything, and she apologized too. She was like, I was kind of, going along with the hype and felt like I had,
I was just about to say that because I was getting this vibe from her that she really didn't have genuine beef. It was just the fact that she wanted to be a part of the Fab Five. It's like, okay, well the Fab Five don't like y'all, so I don't like y'all.
Exactly. But she turned out to be real cool. When I hung out with her, she ended up giving me, like, I swear to God, a whole, like, I don't know how much it was, maybe an ounce of some Mary Jane. I was like, really, girl? I'm like, I thought you don't smoke. Y'all always talking about me because I smoke. And she like, girl, shh, So,
ooh, what? Hypocrite ass.
I know, right?
Girl fucking with that.
That's how it be.
Girl fucking with the gas and want to keep it to herself. What? So a fan wants to know, would you do anything bad girl related again?
Oh, of course. I totally would. I would definitely, it would have to be discussed, like, what type of role I would be playing and whatever it is. But, I mean, yeah, because, like I said, I was on the panel for AfterBuzz, which that was fun because we got to interview, bad girls and talk about the show and kind of relive our own moments through looking at the other girls and stuff. So that was, like, so much fun. And heck yeah, if I was back home in LA, I'd be doing it, with another show if I could, because AfterBuzz is so much fun.
Oh yes, and one example I like to usually give the girls, just like kind of give them a glimpse of something that could possibly happen in the future. Let's say Bad Girls Club came back and they wanted you to be part of the casting special. You're introducing a new cast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
All right now. So were the producers strict?
Strict how?
For example, what was the reaction from the producers after they broke you and Amber up?
Their reaction, honestly, they did feel like Amber egged that situation on. They were, like, more on my side about the fight, for sure. I felt like they were, I don't know if it was a mind game or what, but I will say, when on our season, from what they told me, and what I remember is that they were like, oh, if you break things, we'll dock it out of your pay, because we got a weekly stipend while we were there.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm about my money. Like, I'm really a hustler. Back then, I was, a little gangster and stuff, so I'm like, nah, I want all my coins. So that was another reason why I didn't want to fight while I was there. Like, if you notice in the beginning, I could have fought Amber the first day, but it would have been stupid. Like, why am I fighting her? Because everybody else mad at her? Like, I'm definitely not going to fight that battle. But, like, if I really wanted to, we could have fought the first day. But I told her, like, I'm not going to hit you. And I'm saying that for a reason, because we've actually discussed, hitting and fighting and breaking things. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to break nothing because I don't want my money getting taken. So ultimately, even when me and Amber were fighting, I was thinking that the entire time. Like, why? Like, first of all, I didn't want to fight you. Like, we're not about to fight over a tip. This is stupid. But even Amber, that fight, she's like, I felt like I had something to prove. Like, why? So y'all all felt like y'all had something to prove by fucking with me, huh? Like, everybody want to fuck with Kayla to prove a point. Okay, shit, that's just like my little 19-year-old sister who want to fight me now, like, because she think Bad Girls Club cameras is around. Like, girl, we are not on TV. I will whoop your ass. Shit. I'm sorry, I got mad. I got a flashback right now.
Oh, you good, girl. Keep it 100. So you get to the reunion. I know on the later seasons, they usually, I know I was told that sometimes the producers will be backstage kind of letting y'all know what's the deal and what they expect to see. Were they like that with you? Like, were they like, so Kayla, we, you know what I'm saying, we want you to bring it today?
No. When we were backstage, it was me and the Ambers. They definitely kind of did the pair off thing with who they knew was cooler or whatever. So me and the Ambers were in the room together drinking or whatever, and we kind of were talking about it. And of course, like, the Ambers were like, Kayla, you are such a sweet person. We just, you know, just be good. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be a lady. You know, I'm not gonna do nothing, but you know, they had us with liquor and champagne and some more, so that liquor was getting to me, and I was like, what? But I already knew for the most part. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna really act a fool. But then when Ashley said something, it was over.
I mean, you know what? No, but I'm gonna give you props though. You held it down for the first part of that argument because it was almost cut off when you was like, "I'll still cross my legs, bitch, and be a lady, bitch."
And be a lady, yeah. Okay.
But I noticed that she kept going and kind of was like, "Okay, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go off."
Yeah, I think she said something about me being broke, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, don't be calling me no broke bitch. Like, you don't call nobody from the hood broke, honey. And I think I'm about to go off. So she said something about that. And I was like, oh, you just mad because, yes, your titties, and he didn't like them, and whatever.
So for your entrance, do they have you like stand behind something and then when you finally hear it, you just walk out, or are you walking?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. From what I remember, they kind of just have you stand there for a second and then they got to, you know, create their little moment for it. And then, yes, then you walk out. So, and they definitely wanted to create like some kind of fear when I walked out, which is like,
yes, I can tell
what they did. Like, all the girls was shook, like, oh, she is here. Yes, I'm here. What? Y'all thought I wasn't going to come to y'all thought I wasn't coming? Y'all thought I wasn't coming.
Yes, Perez's intro for you was like, one of the original 7 bad girls was always stirring up trouble. Who can forget Kayla, that crazy bitch from Compton?
From Compton.
And then you came on out, and I noticed the audience reaction. You got a very positive reaction.
What, from the audience or the girls?
The audience.
Aw, see, I need to pay more attention to those things, you know, because honestly, I'm not going to even lie. Me and my little boo that I talk to right now or whatever, we were talking about it, and he was like, what was wrong? Like, why you wasn't, like, more proud of yourself or more just, you know, doing things? Like, you didn't do nothing after the show. And I'm like, I didn't. I kind of went into hiding. And he was like, you was depressed, huh? I'm like, people don't really realize, like, how the show can take a toll on you and just your entire life, because you have like not just judgment from your family and your friends and the people that are considered your peers, the people on the show with you. Like, now you're dealing with the rest of the world, and it's really, really hard. And I'm sure a lot of bad girls, they may look like stuff is peachy keen on Instagram because that's what a lot of people do, but it's not as easy as it seems to just rehabilitate yourself back into a regular lifestyle after you're living with cameras for 2 months and girls and getting stuff paid for you, or, you know, living this little luxury. Like, some people get stuck in that and don't know how to get back to regular life and get a regular job. So then they get stuck in a depression and other things start falling apart in their life, and people don't realize like those effects, you know, that reality TV has on people in their personal life.
Right. So, at the reunion, you know, with the tension with Ashley and everything, and when y'all finally almost got physical, I just want to know, did you like fans want to know, did y'all actually touch each other? Did you hit her? Or did
we never touched each other. I think things like we hit each other with things. I don't really remember getting hit at all. I just remember those big buff security guard being like in the way.
I know the only thing that kind of bothered me when I noticed, because I pay really good attention during these fights, is I noticed when They let Fab Five went on to let Ashley throw what she had to throw. But
wouldn't let us.
When you was finna pick up and throw your thing, I noticed Sarah grabbed your arm, and it kind of made me mad. Like, nah, let her go. She got hit. What's up to let her throw it back?
Right, yeah, see, and that's why me and Sarah, I actually really liked Sarah, but Sarah was super shady, and Sarah started not liking me just because Tiffany didn't like me. She was definitely a follower, and she followed behind who she felt, strongest in her eyes, which she felt Tiffany was, and, because I felt like was a punk, she just went behind everything Tiffany said and did. She didn't have any real reason not to like me, but she just didn't. And we actually kept in contact through Amber after the show, but that's only because Amber pretty much never mind. Anyway, basically she was roommating with Amber after the show, so I was around her for a period of time, but me and Amber had that talk plenty of times of how I was like, why is she even here? I mean, she was friends with Tiffany. Tiffany don't like you. Tiffany don't like me, and it's real life. This ain't TV. We don't like each other in real life. So, yeah.
Well, I know they showed a clip at the end of the reunion of, Tiffany and Amber reconciling. So
that was fake, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
That was all for TV for Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? Because if you remember, it was more so Tiffany coming up to Amber because she didn't want to look a certain way, because I'm sure she was getting backlash for the little end part of the season of where Amber said that guy touched her inappropriately, and Tiffany these are issues, hello, let's really remember this stuff. This was a real issue, and she was saying that, then all of a sudden she was pro-black in that moment, and it was oh, this little ditzy blonde white girl is saying that my black brother touched her and he didn't, and it's whoa, girl, you need to she didn't handle it well at all. She totally, I feel disrespected Amber women that have gone through that, and we dealing with that right now in this time, and I don't even want to get on it, but yeah, I feel like they pushed a lot of things to the left that they kind of should have brought more light to, so that there could have been more awareness earlier on about these things and issues that we have in real life.
Right. And I also got a question. I know at the end when they had the little flashback, did you feel any type of way about you not being in any of the clips?
Oh yeah, I was pissed. I was like, wait a minute, oh, yes, I did. I was like, okay, flash. Oh, there I go for a second. All right, thanks.
And then how do you feel? I noticed you gave a reaction it's okay when you saw it, but at the end where Tiffany was like, if I had to do this again, I'd do it with all of y'all, minus Kayla, and then I was like,
Kayla.
Oh, and then Kayla turns in, she's like, I'm sorry.
And I'm like, yeah, it's okay, girl. I know you hate me. It wasn't it's okay. Oh, I forgive you. No, I know you hate me. It's okay.
Yeah, you smiled and everything. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay, girl. Because ultimately, I mean, behind the scenes, her words to me in the beginning, and I should have been smart enough to realize that this girl was scared of me from day one, because she had a pull to the side conversation with me, I'm just going to let you know that no matter what happens between us here, we will never fight. It will never turn into blows. I should have really paid attention to the psychological game she was playing when she said that to me. And I didn't even realize what was being said to me in that moment until I looked at it later on down the line. Wait a minute, this girl was telling you right off she was scared of you, she was not going to fight you, but she would do everything else to push your buttons, but she not going to fight you. Right. So all of that talk in the hallway, she was going to do something, trying to loke up in the limo while I'm naked. Girl, I'm not about to fight you asshole naked in the street. Let's make sense of this, baby girl. But let me get some shoes on and some clothes, and then we could scrap. But I'm definitely not about to square up when I'm naked.
Yes, and that's what I was getting to about when your dress had ripped and everything like that. Please don't get mad at me, but
not at all.
I was laughing when it happened. Just because
it was so funny. It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. But see, the fact that you didn't want to hear nobody, you was just worried about your dress, it was making me laugh. She really don't give a fuck about nothing y'all saying. She just worried about this damn dress.
Because, okay, so I was so upset about that because Sarah and Tiffany, and I started feeling like I was being set up as the blooper girl, because Sarah and Tiffany both was I'm still, I want to say, kind of square about certain things in life, and even at 33, it's certain things sexually and in that area where I'm just oh my God, and I'm just now getting into certain stuff. So they told me with the dress that I had on, don't wear any underwear. Just don't wear underwear. And I'm like, I would never do that. What the heck? Like, I gotta wear underwear. And they're like, no, don't wear no underwear. It's not gonna matter. Like, it's gonna be okay. I do it all the time. So, of course, I didn't wear any underwear, you know, like, listening to my bad girl sisters. And then my dress is ripping down the middle. It's a zipper, like, down the middle. It's ripping down the middle. So that means ass, titties, everything is about to be out in the club, okay? And Tiffany is sitting there laughing, and that's when I really wanted to fight her. And I'm like, ooh, this bitch is like taking everything out of me not to fight you right now because I'm naked. Like, I'm gonna be completely naked and embarrass myself even more if I start fighting you naked in the club.
Right.
So she took advantage of that moment to do everything that she did, because she knew that in that moment I wasn't gonna do that. But any other moment, like if she would have, girl, bye, like, ain't nobody got time for you.
Yeah, I don't blame you, girl. Shit. So, what was the casting process like for the BGC3?
The casting process, I remember it was pretty long. I want to say it probably lasted like maybe a month or two. We had to go through, you know, the audition where it's like a bunch of people. You pass that audition, then you do like a one-on-one audition with one of the producers that chose you, basically. And then from there, you have like a psychological evaluation. So basically, they want to make sure all the bitches is really crazy that go on that show. So even the ones that try to act like they ain't crazy, they're crazy, okay?
Yo. So, Captain Nikolai, he's wondering, how's your family?
They good.
Okay. What was your reaction to yourself on TV?
I cried. When I first saw it, I cried my heart out. I couldn't even watch it. I cringed. I was embarrassed.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
What was making you so upset?
I just didn't like what I saw. Like, I felt like they just did me dirty with editing. Like, they didn't allow explanation for certain things, and certain things were just left like, oh, people just think like, oh, she just some loud, like I was the one who was just loud and always fighting, and that wasn't the case. Like, even when it came to going to the clubs, and they're like, oh, Sarah, and that whole little, when she's in the, you know, confessional, and she's saying some stuff like, oh, what did she say? She said something like K.C.'s causing all the fights. And it's like, no, I was not causing all the fights. Like, other people were bringing the drama to us, and I was just the one who was with it. Like, what's up? You know, fighting everybody's battle. And it was okay for me to fight battles for them. But then, you know, in other instances, it was like, oh, no, she's being too angry and aggressive. But when something went down, just like when the Ambers got threatened when we went to that club, something went down. They came to me. They didn't come to Tiffany. And I hate that they edited it that way as well. Like, so yeah.
Was that the one where the altercation where Amber B said that the girl put like act like she had a gun and put her fingers to her head and told me she was
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They seemed so shook when they came up to y'all.
Yeah. They were. And I was mad. Like, ready to protect for what? What was I doing? What was I thinking? Gotta learn how to fight your own battles, girl. Stop fighting for other motherfuckers that ain't gonna fight for you when something go down.
All right, man. So, what made you go off on Boston? Besides the fact that she kept asking for a certain type of apology, what made you resort to throwing things?
Because I really wanted to sock her in the face, and I knew I couldn't, so I was like, I'm gonna just throw some stuff, you know. I mean, I do that now. They got this little place out here called Demolition Zone, okay? And I thought it was, I hope I don't sound racist, but I thought it was only for white people, like teenagers, you know, where they just be breaking stuff, like they want to break their TV, break their skateboard. Like, no, you can go to this place and you can break anything you want, okay? You could bring your own stuff, or you could get their stuff. They have stuff in there that you could break, and that is the best stress stress reliever in life. So, I mean, I was trying not to like really punch her lights out, as I used to say back in the day. Like, I will punch your lights out. Like, that's what I was refraining from. But I mean, I heard her talking about me behind my back, and that's what I don't do. Like, if you got something to say it to my face, because we all right here. So I heard her, and for me, it was like, oh, you talking? Okay. So then I'm talking loud to, I think it was Aaliyah or whoever, and she thought she was gonna kind of step up to me, like when she walked in the kitchen, like, who are you walking up on? Like, once somebody walk up on me, that's it. Like, basically it's time to fight, because I don't play that. Like, if we could have an argument, you can stay wherever you at, I'll stay where I'm at, but once you start walking closer to me, like, what's up?
Right. So, did you see the episode where they wanted the Ambers tricked the girls into thinking that Tanisha was your replacement?
Oh, yeah.
Girl got a little intimidated then.
Yeah, Tiffany was scared as hell. I remembers that.
I think she called her family and everything.
She was so scared. Calling her mama for advice. Like, hold on, I might have to send a kite for y'all. Somebody might have to come save me real quick. Yeah, that was funny.
So, do you keep in touch with the Ambers? So I guess the real question is, do you keep in touch with Amber B? Because I know you keep in touch with M.
Yeah, of course, Amber M. Amber B, which Amber M is getting married today. She's probably married already by now, I'm sure. Congrats, Amber.
Amber B?
M.
Oh, M.
Yeah, Amber M. She got married today. I was supposed to be out there, but I have too much going on right now with my business and work. So yeah, I couldn't make it. But Amber B, we used to keep in touch after the show, but I haven't really spoken to her, but we do have each other on Facebook. So we communicate through Facebook.
Okay. Because I would love to interview Amber B. I just feel like she's over it by now, though.
Maybe, because she kind of, even before she did Love Games, honestly, she was over it, but I know it was like some beef with her, like a fight that y'all ain't never seen happen, but Amber M and Amber B got into a fight, and I was there to have to be in the middle of the fight. It was the funniest shit ever. But it had something to do with like Amber and the whole Love Games thing and all of that. So yeah, it's some tea behind that for sure. But yeah, I think she probably might be over it. But I mean, I don't think it would hurt to reach out to her though. She may bite, but yeah, she does seem like more antisocial when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of going by her her mannerisms at the reunion, how she felt, she's saying how she's grown. And not only that, but after that fight she got into on Love Games, I really do think she's done.
Oh, okay, yeah, I saw a little bit of that.
With Natalie.
Yeah, I didn't see all of it. Yeah, it was with Natalie, right, yeah.
So how do you feel about Perez Hilton? A lot of the fans were mainly wondering, what did you feel when they were finna go to commercial break, and he was like, it's the Ambers versus the Fab Five, and I'm in the middle. And then you was like, what about me? And he was like, bitch, shut up.
Yeah, I thought he was slightly rude for that, but ultimately, I really don't give a fuck about Perez. He don't make or break me. What'd you say?
You started laughing when he said it. It was funny.
Yeah, like, for me, it's like, I do care what people think about me. Ultimately, I'm not going to even lie. I do. A lot of people run around saying that they don't care what people think about them, but I do. But, I mean, for me, the fact that he called me the ghetto bitch from Compton, that has stuck forever. If I hashtag that right now with a picture, everybody gonna like the picture because they remember him saying that. So he was always a shady person. So I knew that he would give me some slight shade, but ultimately I believe that Perez likes me, overall. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like it was kind of like he was being a little, shady with the comment there, but also kind of like, I have a lot of gay homeboys, so that would be how we would talk if we was just sitting and chilling in the house, like, oh, bitch, shut up, and I'll be like, whatever, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but I did feel like he was trying to be a little shady.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like he had a lot, developed, because it seemed like he was mostly on the Amber side, and then when you came out, it seemed like he had a liking to you as well. So it seems like he was mostly, for the most part, it seems like he was mostly against the Fab Five rather than the three.
Yep, I agree.
So during that fight at the gas station, so were people there? Like, were they watching?
Honestly, I don't remember. I don't think it was really nobody at the gas station. I do not remember anything. We were all tipsy, inebriated, okay? We had just came from dinner and drinking at dinner. All I know is, like, it was so uncalled for. And I'm like, what? Like, you were so extra. But it... Amber is literally like that in real life. Like, the way she is on the show is really how she is in real life. Like, so, she's definitely grown from some of those behaviors. But, yeah. It was hilarious. But I do not remember, like, who was standing around, if they was, or what happened. I don't remember nothing.
Doesn't production follow behind y'all in another vehicle?
Yeah, they were there, of course. Like,
okay,
they ended up
how long did it take?
Involved.
How long did it take them to kind of, like, or were they already out the car when she pulled in?
I don't think they were. No, they're usually in a car behind us, so they were there, but they were probably still in the van. They don't hop out until they see stuff get heated enough to where they got enough footage, and then when they think, like, okay, it's time to break it up. And yeah, they basically broke up our fight once I pulled Amber in the car, and then I was, like, on the car floor or whatever, and I had, like, her neck in her hair, she had my neck, like, so, yeah. They was like, all right, let's stop this fight now.
And poor Amber B, she had me dying with that.
Stop it! Hey, stop it!
And that's why I was mad at Amber M, because Amber B has been in a really bad car accident, so she has, like, really bad anxiety, but neither myself or Amber M could drive. So it was just like, girl, if you don't let her drive and quit tripping with all this, you already know how nervous she be. So, like, when you see us arguing, it's not me, like, trying to boss her around or anything. It's like, Amber, you already know how Amber B is about driving. Why are you being extra while she's driving? She can't even concentrate. So then that's when I was like, Amber B, pull over, because I don't want you to get in an accident, because this bitch is tripping. Like, pull over, let's gather yourself. The pull over wasn't to pull over to fight. The pullover was for Amber B to gather herself and for Amber M to shut up. So, and then as you can see, Amber M is the one who gets out the car, opens the door, because she felt she had something to prove to the world and to TV and whoever else in her life that she needed to prove something to step up to, Compton. Oh, you're so Compton, so.
I'm surprised they let y'all get back in the same vehicle together.
Yeah, I was too, but I mean, you see how they made her sit in the back seat at that point, because that's how you know who was wrong, who's right, who started it, and everything, because of the way that they started working after the fight. And even when they let me go to the hotel, they was like, we're gonna let you go to the hotel and you could come back. They let me come back and everything. It was no issue. They like, you're not leaving, you're not getting kicked out. You didn't hit her first. She hit, like, they had this whole conversation with me. We saw her, how she was talking to you. She was, bothering you. You weren't bothering her. You told her to leave it alone. And then she, turned around and tapped you, and you tapped her back, and, it went from there. So they were basically on my side about it, but yeah, I was just ready to go.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, you know what? And I think I didn't leave exactly after the fight. I left, I think the actual me leaving was after my dress ripped, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like they kind of have this episodes out of order as to how everything happened. So yeah, it's tricky like that.
So, what did you think about the jumping in Cancun?
I'm not about jumping. I've never been about jumping. And I'm from the hood, and people get jumped a lot in the hood, but that's just not something I ever participated in. I've never been jumped in my life. Yeah, and I just think, pussies jump, like one-on-one head-ups. That's what we do.
Right. Especially the way the situation escalated, I feel like it didn't even have to get that far, honestly.
Right.
So, can we expect to see you with any children in the future?
Children, no marriage, no carriage. I have to be married in order to have a child, even though I could have a child without being married. But my plan is to be married and then have children, because I do not want to raise my child in the environment or way that I was raised. So I want to try to do something right with my life, you know?
Yeah, because, you know, Krista just had her baby. Shout out to her in winter.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm so happy for her. Like, that happened so quick. We literally both moved from Cali at the same time, and kind of our lives were like moving in the same direction. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, it happened like magic.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's been a long time. What do you think you changed the most about yourself?
What have I changed the most about myself? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm still the same, but definitely just wiser. I'm more calm now. Like, I'm definitely not about, like, fighting so much, but I will fight if I have to. Like I said, I just had to fight my little younger sister, so I don't play no games. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely just a calmer person overall, and I guess even with, like, the jobs that I've had, I've kind of had to, like, you know, tone it down a little bit, be a little more compassionate, you know, think a little more before I do certain things, stuff like that. You know, I'm just wiser. Ain't nothing really changing, just getting smarter.
Okay. And what was the attention like, you know, getting off the show and then people, you know, knowing who you are?
I still deal with that even today, and it's crazy because I'm like, wow, I wasn't even on the season the whole season, but I'm definitely one of the most memorable, like, OG bad girls, and I'm like, I take pride in that, actually. I deal with it when I go to jobs. It can be, honestly, it'll be cool, you know, but then when it comes to, like, jobs and stuff like that, it's not, because then I'll have girls that once they realize who I am, they'll start being mean to me just because, or, you know, try to start stuff at work to try to, you know, see if I'm a pop off at work. And I'm like, girl, this is my job. This ain't TV. Like, you need to know that I know the difference, baby girl. I had a resume before this. So, that's probably, like, the biggest challenge with that. But people, yeah, recognize me still even today. Like, and sometimes I'll have people that, when I start working at a job, they'll end up pulling up, you know, like the YouTubes and stuff and be like, oh my God, that's you. And, you know, so it's a double-edged sword, I guess.
Yes, and one thing I love, you know what I'm saying, seeing about you now, Kayla, is just the fact that, you know, you're a more rational person now. Like, you look at things from different perspectives. And I noticed that's something that you lacked in your season, because in your season, when you was mad and it was over with. Leave me alone.
You're right. You are so right.
But now it's just like...
Thank you for bringing that to life for me, even myself. I appreciate that. You just taught me something new about myself right now.
Yes,
you're right.
Yes. You know, and you know, I also go back, I still watch the AfterBuzz reviews, and you know, I pay attention to your commentary, you know.
Aww,
and you know,
yeah, thank you.
And everything you say is just very authentic, and it comes from an intelligent place. Obviously, you've been through it, you've been on the show, and you have a lot of life experiences, so you're able to put that into your commentary, and that's what I love about you.
Thank you so much. Oh, you just made me all warm and fuzzy inside, okay?
So, and the last question, boo. Any regrets?
Yes. Only regret is that I left early.
I think every Bad Girls Club fan can vouch for that.
I know. I hear it so much that, honestly, like I said in the beginning, I didn't feel that way. But because I've gotten... and I've finally, you know, seen all the support from the fans, it just made me like, damn, I didn't realize I was letting down so many people, because I didn't really know I had that many people in my corner. Right. And it just really sucks when, you know, people don't have, like, friends or family that are really encouraging and really have their back, because then, you know, stuff like that, you'll overlook it and just think that, like, hey, you're a loser, and you're really not. Like, you don't even know, like, you the shining star, your light is shining, and you thinking you dim over there, you know? So.
Right. And you know, at the end of the day, you still good, because you know God has a plan for everyone, and Bad Girls Club is still your platform. So you know, now that you have your business, that's what your brand is. You know.
Yep. You are absolutely right.
You know, you're Kayla Carter, but I'm also Kayla K.C. from Bad Girls Club. Come check out my shit. You know what I'm saying?
That part, yes.
But Thank you so much, Kayla, for doing this interview. It was so fun, first of all. Funnest interview I've done.
It was so good talking with you. I enjoyed it.
You and Judy were the funnest interviews I've done.
I love her. Judy is like my ultimate. I have favorite bad girls, and Judy is definitely one of my first ultimate favorite bad girls after my season. Like, I loved everything about her, and she knows this because I've already told her, like, I don't care. I will be a bad girl OG groupie to a young one because I don't care. I'm going to pay respect where respect is due. I don't have a problem telling the next one, like, girl, you popping. And Judy is popping because she was like one of the most authentic bad girls, I feel like, in the history of Bad Girls Club, hands down. Besides myself, of course. You know what I'm saying? But, like, dead ass.
Okay. And you know, just to let you know, I'm known as the bad boy of the bad girl. So yes, I can sit with y'all. You know, I can sit at the table. Yup, I've earned my stripes. These girls,
yes.
Cause see, I'm that type of person where, even if there's something I didn't like about a person on their season, when I interview them and when I actually get to talk to them, I never let my personal feelings out. I like to actually give them a perspective of, okay, this is how I was feeling on your season, but let's see how you
right. Man, this would have been so good to hear stuff like this back in the day. Cause I'm telling you, I would have did different. I would have. Having people in your corner is like, it's a bigger deal than people really think.
Yes, girl. But trust, the love that you get from these fans to this day, it was still worth it, you know?
Yes, it was all worth it, for sure. I wouldn't change it for nothing. I mean, besides leaving, really.
Yes, and any final message for the fans?
Shit. I'm like, now. Go check out K Couture Kittens. Follow me on Instagram, backed by popular demand. That is with 2 Ks. And yeah, hit me up. You guys leave comments, thoughts of what you think on the clothes. Nice stuff only. I don't got no time for negativity. Negativity will get blocked, deleted, and all that. Okay?
Yes, y'all, and I will put the link to her shop and the link to all her social media in the description. Kayla, thank you so much, and I will definitely make sure to put that link on as much as I can.
Thank you so much. It was so good chatting with you, boo.
No problem, boo-boo. See you later.